The story of the island was passed down throughout Europe for centuries. It is said that the island is inhabited by saints or is a paradise where advanced civilization is located. Hy-Brasil is a mysterious island that appeared on maps from 1325 to the 1800s, the ghost island of Hy-Brasil located somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean west of Ireland. Folk tales in many parts of the world say that there are many strange and mysterious places around us. One such place is an island on the west coast of Ireland, shrouded in thick fog and seen only once every 7 years. In Irish oral tradition, it is said that this island is an island in the mist and that it disappears when humans approach. Later, these stories appeared in printed Irish folklore books, and you certainly won't know which one to read first because they are all so interesting. According to the book Irish Wonders of 1888 by Drive McAnally, the floating island was sighted by residents of County Cork on 7 July 1878. The number 7 has appeared 3 times, and this is very symbolic as the number 7 is considered a spiritual number indicating a strong spiritual presence behind this matter. It can also indicate encrypted information, as in alchemical texts. In any case, its strange appearance was described in Irish Wonders as follows. On the afternoon of Sunday, July 7, 1878, the residents of Ballycotton in County Cork were excited by the sudden appearance of an island far offshore that it was not known to exist. The men of the town and island of Ballycotton were fishermen, and they were well acquainted with the sea and the land. The day before, they had sailed and headed for the place where the strange island now stood, and there is no doubt that it is the best fishing ground they have. Still they looked farther, and still their wonder increased, for the day was clear, and the island was as plainly visible as the hills to the north. In some places it is rugged, in others it is densely wooded. At one end, it rises almost steeply above the sea surface, at the other end, it gradually slopes. On most maps, the island is located 321 kilometers, about 200 miles, off the west coast of Ireland in the Arctic Ocean. One of Hy-Brasil's distinctive geographical features on maps is that it often appears as a loop with a canal, or river, running from east to west. Expeditions in search of Hy-Brasil. The island of Hy-Brasil has many different names. It can be Brasil or Ilha de Brasil. In 1436, a cartographer named Andrea Bianco plotted it on a map as Sola de Brasil. Historically, there have been many expeditions to find this strange island. In 1480, John Jay Jr. from Bristol, England, went on a 2-month trip that seemed fruitless. In 1481, 2 more ships, Trinity and George, sailed from Bristol to search for Hy-Brasil but were still unsuccessful. However, in 1497, a Spanish diplomat named Pedro de Ayala reported to the Spanish king that someone had discovered this island. Nearly 2 centuries later, Scottish captain John Nisbet claimed to have discovered Hy-Brasil during his voyage from France to Ireland in 1674. It is rumored that he sent 4 crew members ashore and they spent all day on the island. Also, according to Captain John Nisbet, his sailors met a wise old man who gave them gold and silver. More strangely, the island is also home to a large black rabbit and a mysterious magician who lives alone in a stone castle. Following Nisbet's story, another captain, Alexander Johnson, also confirmed that he had found Hy-Brasil, confirming Nisbet's discoveries. In the following years, efforts to find Hy-Brasil failed, and people gradually removed the island from maps. This place last appeared on a map drawn in 1865, with the simple note, Brazilian Reef. In 1872, 2 residents, Robert O'Flaherty and T.J. Westrop, claimed to have seen the island 3 times, bringing their whole family to see it with their own eyes. The island disappeared into nothingness right before these people's eyes. Legend of the island of Hy-Brasil. There are many legends and myths surrounding Hy-Brasil. Some of them say that the island is the home of the gods of Irish legend. Others say it is where monks who held ancient knowledge that allowed the building of modern civilizations resided. Some people also think that the famous voyage of St. Brendan goes looking for the promised land, which is actually Hy-Brasil.in. The famous UFO encounter, commonly known as the Rendlesham Forest Incident. A strange craft was said to have landed outside an American military base and soldier Jim Penniston claimed to have touched the craft, as well as receiving 16 pages of binary code telepathically. The next day, he wrote the entire code down on paper and then translated it. This code sequence lists in quite detail the coordinates of Brazil and the locations that ancient cartographers drew on the map. It also mentions many other structures such as the Giza Pyramid and the Nazca Lines. At the bottom of the code, Brazil coordinates are listed again with the base year 8100. Although today there are no maps that recognize Brazil as a real place, there are still many mysteries surrounding it that people will probably still have to debate for a long time. Feel free to leave a comment below. Thank you for following. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay updated with hot news every day.